Hello and welcome to the Extraordinary Variety channel. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to get deep into my story, but I am going to tell you how to mitigate your prisoner jail sentence, how to lower your prisoner jail sentence. In 2017, I was facing 50 years in Florida State Prison, and I mitigated that down to 60 days in county jail. So from 50 years, I was facing 10 second-degree felonies, each punishable by 5 years. So 10 times 5 is 50. So I was facing a maximum penalty of 50 years in state prison, and I mitigated that down to 60 days in jail, and I had a withheld adjudication, which means I wasn't actually found guilty. So how did I do that? Strategy, thinking, some, let's say, God-ordained things that happened in my life to help this happen. But I wrote down 7 points, and I hope you listen to these points, because I will almost guarantee you that if you follow these 7 points, you will be able to get a shorter prison or jail sentence. Number one, if your crime is related to drugs, I would suggest that before you're sentenced, you go to a drug rehab. You voluntarily get yourself into a drug rehabilitation clinic. I did a 28-day inpatient drug rehabilitation, and I also did a 6 weeks IOP, intensive outpatient program. So that was entered in as part of my mitigating factors to the judge in advance. Judges don't just get all the information on the stand. This isn't like in the movies. They don't just find it all out at the trial. Judges have all the documents given to them, emailed in advance. So by the time I got before this judge, my charges were drug related. He had seen that I had paid out of my own pocket close to $10,000 for a 28-day inpatient drug rehab, and then I paid out of my own pocket for a 6-week intensive outpatient. So the judge had this, and he took this into mind. Number two, along the same sort of thought process, if your crime is related to drugs or alcohol, start immediately attending AA and NA meetings. Attend and document. I had documented up close to 200 meetings. So imagine that going on my mitigation. Mitigation just is a fancy word for saying negotiation on how I should get a lower prison sentence because of what I've done. So I had the 28-day inpatient, I had the 6-week outpatient, then I had close to 200 NA meetings, and the judge sees this. Number three, I had a history of seeking help. Okay, so my history, and this is in advance of being caught for my crime, so I had sought help in advance for drug issues, and I had the doctor's notes, okay? But it just doesn't stop with drugs or alcohol. If you've sought help any time in the past, if you've sought help with anger in the past, if you've sought help with anything to do with your mental health, you need to use this to your advantage. Some judges might not care about it, but some judges may sympathize with the fact that you have in the past looked for help. Number four, you'd think that this is basic and that people would know this by now, but they don't. I walked into court on one of the many times I had to go to court, and the guy in front of me, he shows up there, he's wearing a t-shirt, it's got stains all over, spaghetti stains all over it. The guy smells like marijuana. He's got some scraggly looking girl sitting there behind him, and when the judge asks him to stand, he's not standing respectfully. He's got his head down, he's mumbling. Court appearance is important. Listen, this is a very important day in your life. If you don't want to live the criminal life and you don't want to stay in that hole and be braggadocious in jail like this is your 30th time, listen, get a suit, get a tie, cut your hair, bathe, and look as good and talk as respectfully to the judge. Your Honor, yes sir, stand appropriately, and always be on guard on your jail date, on your courtroom dates. Following up that is courtroom support. You should have anyone who's invested in you at the courtroom there, other than children. Don't bring children to the courtroom as a sympathy ploy for the judge, because it'll just backfire on you. Bring family, friends, loved ones, anyone who's willing to support you, because the judge is going to see that if it was a drug-related crime, if it was alcohol-related crime, or any crime, that you have a support system. So he's going to feel bad about seeing the face of the people and locking you up for a long time. And then he's also going to see that you're being supported by a whole network of people. That worked well for me. Number six is a rapport with your attorney. Know your attorney, have him invested in you, have him fight for you, because judges can tell if the attorney is just going through the motions, or if the attorney truly believes deep down that you are a good person and that you made a mistake and you could still be beneficial to society. So build a rapport with your attorney, and make sure that you are on good terms, so they will authentically and genuinely fight for you in front of the judge and behind the scenes. And last but not least, get character reference letters. I don't care what stage you're in life. I don't care if you're a mechanic, get it from your boss. I don't care if you're in school, get it from the faculty at the school, get it from the teachers. Get it from people at church, get it from pastors, get it from doctors, get it from family members, anyone, business owners. Get as many character reference letters as possible. Inundate, swamp that judge with dozens of character reference letters. Hey, he may not read them all, but then he'll end up seeing that along with the rehab and the AA and the NA and the doctor's notes and all this, that you have worked hard. After all, what is court? Court is a presentation. It's really theater. So when your lawyer goes up there in front of the judge versus the state prosecutor, or here in Canada, which is the Crown prosecutor, your lawyer has to be armed with great things to say about you, and great things you have done since you've committed this crime, to mitigate your lower sentence. So I hope that helps you. It really helped me, and I just hope that there's people out there that don't want to continue in the criminal lifestyle, and they could use this to get a shorter jail or prison sentence and move forward in life. So once again, thank you for watching the Extraordinary Variety channel. Thank you, and God bless.